By the stand here is Jeff Bernard in the U12. Looks very, very nice as he's coming across just cruising.
We got a gaggle of them coming up here right now. We got the 6 Royer Miss Madison Goodman Real Estate on the inside. In the middle there is Corey Peabody in the Tahoe Miss. And screaming up the outside is Dylan Runny in the U40 Bucket List Racing.
And now bringing up from the back is Jimmy Shane in the Apollo Sheet Metal.
I got to ask, who do you see taking this heat win in this flight right here?
I would probably give it to Jimmy Shane, but I'm gonna say the real dark horse out of this whole thing is gonna be the Royer Miss Madison if they should pull off a surprise victory. But I look to see Jeff Bernard give him a good race, as well as the U40 with Dylan Runny in the Bucket List Racing.
And I know it's not how you start or how you finish a weekend, but I know that Jimmy Shane's going to be real hard to beat here. But I think if Dylan Runny gets a better start than Jimmy Shane, I think that's all she wrote.
Yeah, but I know today they're going to be real careful out there. They're going to have their foots on that canard wing due to the wind that we got coming up. And where they tend to really have the problem is up in the west end on the course, where a gust can come through and take a boat over. Some years back, Dave Vilwalk was a little bit behind, and he came rushing up the back stretch, caught a gust of wind as well as a roller, and took him over. But that was, I believe, one heck of a year, because we did have wind going all over the place that time too.
And was that the one where he's down the backstretch here in the Elam, or was it when he was in the circus boat that you're thinking?
Actually, that was the Elam. You're correct. Okay. No, the first one was the circus. Yes.
All right. It looks like they're all lined up pretty nicely here to get ready for the start. They're all sitting here very, very equally.
And for those of you who just joined us, we are now getting ready to start Heat 1A of the 2026 Columbia Cup here in Tri-Cities, Washington, along the banks of the Columbia River. And it looks like they have probably about a crowd of about 30 to 40,000 people lining both Pasco and Kennewick sides of the Columbia River.
All right, as they're getting ready to do their score up here in just a few moments here, they're looking all very, very nice. I think that when they came by this last time, that's the last time we're going to see them where they're coming down here.
And the 1 minute gun has fired, so yeah, they hit the mark just right where they wanted to. So now it's just going to be a matter of time to see who gets the good start as far as the jump on it coming to the line first.
And lane assignments are, in lane 1, we got the 6 Royer Miss Madison. Lane 2 is the Graham Trucking. Lane 3 is Tahoe Miss. Lane 4, Apollo. And lane 5 is going to be the U40 Bucket List Racing.
So that all-important first turn is going to be really what's going to determine who comes out and who's going to be hard to catch right after that.
All right, they're starting to lay the coals
Jimmy
on fire
Shane
here.
is starting to get fired up, and so is everybody else now. They're getting ready. Here comes the start.
The start's going to be close. They're a little early, it looks like, but we will see here in just a moment.
Mark, they've hit it. It looks like a legal start, but I'm pretty sure they'll probably review it just to make sure. First across the line looked to be the Tahoe Miss, but leading them down into turn 1 is Jimmy Shane.
Coming down here out of turn number 1, we got the Royer Miss Madison in second. Looks like Tahoe Miss currently is leading, but don't count out that Apollo boat yet.
Boy, somebody's looks like they had some problems in her, because Jeff Bernard fell off the pace quite a bit. And going up the backstretch, we see Jimmy Shane in the Apollo. Miss Apollo taking it down the backstretch, and let's see how they set up as they go into that west turn.
All right, they got to go through there real nice and gently with all this wind coming up. We got Corey Peabody being hugged real tight in the line there. We got Jimmy Shane holding him real close to those buoys. Here they come into the corner. They are racing together close to We Dare to Park. Here they come down the front right here, side by side for the lead.
Tahoe Miss and Miss Apollo side by side. First across the line for lap number 1, Miss Apollo with Jimmy Shane, followed by Corey Peabody in the Tahoe Miss. Then Royer Miss Madison, and now coming up on him, it looks like it's going to be a battle for third with the Bucket List Racing and Royer Miss Madison, Goldman Real Estate. As they go through the first corner there again, it's Corey Peabody in the Tahoe Miss.
Deck to deck, coming up the back straightaway here, we got Jimmy Shane starting to pull alongside Corey Peabody in that. And then Dylan Runny just made a pass for third. Jimmy Shane is giving Corey Peabody all sorts of fits going up into that north corner or west end corner up here. Here they go into the corner. They set it up real nicely. Got a lay down on that canard. Going to the corner. We got Corey Peabody in first. Jimmy Shane just right in his hip. And here we come down the front straight right here, side by side. Once again, one of the best races we've seen here on the Columbia. And here comes Jimmy Shane, getting ready to make a pass here for the lead. Jimmy Shane's going to cross the line in first, coming into the white flag lap.
Looks like Bucket Illustration with Dylan Rooney is in third place. It looks like he's got it over the Royer Miss Madison Goldman Real Estate. Now it's Jimmy Shane pulling out now.
Starting to stretch those legs out on Corey Peabody here, and it looks like he had a little rough time getting through that corner there. Corey Peabody closed up in on him just a little bit, but now he's starting to open it all back up now in that back straightaway here.
So now as they all separate out, you have the Miss Apollo, Tahoe Miss, Bucket List Racing, Royer Miss Madison, and Graham Trucking.
Here they come into the final corner here. Jimmy Shane is going to that corner. About 3 or 4 boat lengths ahead of Corey Peabody here, and
Peabody's making a run on him coming into the trail. It looks like it's going to be a drag race.
Drag race right to the start finish line, side by side, and it's going to be Jimmy Shane pulling out here in just the last second here.
So it's going to be Miss Apollo with Jimmy Shane first. Corey Peabody in the Tahoe Miss. Bucket List Racing with Dylan Rooney. Now coming in to finish fourth is
Brandon
Royer
Kennedy.
Miss Madison with Brandon Kennedy. Yes, and pulling up and bringing up the back is Jeff Bernard in the Graham Trucking. Best part about this, the boat stayed wet on the bottom and dry on top. That's the way you want to see things happen.
I think so far in this first flight heats, if it's like anything it has been so far this weekend with the lower class, I think we're in for one heck of a barn burner weekend here this year.
Okay, we'll be back in just a little bit.